Now, where are we heading right now?
We're headed up to Burgaw, North Carolina, about half an hour north of Wilmington. It is the hardest hit area. There's water like 10, some were saying 15 or 20 feet deep in some pockets there, so over roofs of people's houses. In September of 2018, our nation was hit with a huge storm. Everybody's heard about Hurricane Florence.
It's just going to be a relentless pounding for hour after hour after hour.
Boy, the situation's just getting worse by the second.
And there is still so much of this storm to weather.
The Wilmington, North Carolina area was hit just terribly.
And you were saying that there's a neighbor over there.
So this neighbor right over here, she was airlifted out, and the one across the street this direction was airlifted out by the Coast Guard. They have horses that had to be 2 ponies were airboated out, and the others they would lead by boat to higher ground so they didn't drown.
So how deep would the water be right now where we are?
Where we are right now would probably be, right up to the dashboard or halfway through the windshield of this car. As the news cycles have ended, the question around the nation is, how is Wilmington and how are the surrounding areas? There's an elderly gentleman in this neighborhood that we just learned about who has not begun the first bit of cleanup on his house. He's sitting inside his mold-infested house wearing a face mask, and anytime people come by to help him, he says, no, help somebody else, I'm good. I want to tell you, the outpouring of love and service from so many great organizations have really helped the recovery process, but there's still so much work left to do. Got into your house yet?
No.
Come on. Come on, Kathy.
I'm not as important as everybody else.
We're going to get to your house.
Whenever it's fine, I have to look beyond me to see the need for someone else.
Some homes have had 10, 15 feet of water in their neighborhood. Others have to completely rebuild.
So how much longer do you think it'll take for you to be able to move back in?
Months. We're hoping, since we didn't get water upstairs, as long as we can keep the mold down and get it controlled, to eventually be able to live upstairs in the 2 baths and bedrooms we have upstairs. So yeah, that's what we're hoping eventually.
And as you see the piles of people's belongings and all of their lives' work on the side of a street, we realize that we can't fix it with just money. We can't fix it with just work. But what we can do is bring these guys hope.
So what is this area?
This area is the intersection of Highway 53 and a neighborhood that's right back here. And one thing that the county's requiring them to do just for cleanup is every time as they're gutting their houses, they've got to bring everything up to the highway. And so not only are these folks having to gut their houses, they're having to put it on a trailer and drive it about a mile up the road, up the lane they live on, to dump it here. Some people are still without power and water, and their homes were completely covered in floodwaters. And there's a lot of work left to do. People that live right here are also blood relatives. So they've lost not only their homes, but their closest of kin have also lost homes, and so it's hard for them to find places for the kids to stay. And can I invite you to partner with us? Visit dartilm.org, click Volunteer Now. You might not feel like you can help, but you know what you can do? Come visit, come serve, make a financial contribution to the effort, and let's bring hope to the lives of people who lost so much. Will you help us? Visit dartilm.org today.